Let's make a cocktail. I could use one. It's been a week, right? Shout out to all my friends who went through two hurricanes and family members too in 2 weeks. What? What a bitch, frankly. What a bitch. And I unfortunately have friends that have lost their homes, they've lost everything. They have to start from scratch. So, this drink's for you. Anything I can do, anytime you want to come visit, my door is open to you if you know where I live. You guys, we're going to make a sidecar. I discovered this cocktail personally when I was working at a restaurant on Lower Queen Anne in Seattle, Washington, when I lost one of my first radio jobs. It's called 10 Mercer. I believe it's still there. And this was their house drink. It was an excellent restaurant. I got a shift meal. One day I had lobster tail. And this was their signature drink. They made it a little bit different than the original recipe calls for. Um, but go with the flow, I say. It is an excellent cocktail. In fact, it's one of the six truly original cocktails from which the genesis of all cocktails were born. What you're going to need today is some lemon juice. She had fresh squeezed lemon juice, but she believed she could and she failed. She dropped it all out of the fridge when she was grabbing it. So anyway, we're going to use some master of mixes, great fresh cold pressed juices, single pressed for cocktails. And you can always have one of these in the fridge for cooking or cocktails. Excellent, excellent. We're going to use some Cointreau and a spirit. You could use brandy, but really we're going to use cognac. Okay, this is Courvoisier cognac. Cognac is aged in barrels. It is French. Um, Hence the name, cognac, I guess you would say. It really kind of sounds like this would have been the genesis of the margarita, the daisy, right? Spirit, citrus, little orange liqueur. And you're going to need an orange for a garnish, just for the peel. And I'm going to make it actually in a Nick and Nora glass. It's a little bit smaller than your typical because this really only calls for, let's see. Oh, you know what? I wonder if it will fit. Maybe it won't. I don't know, because I guess there's let's see. Well, no, there's only about, like, 3 ounces of alcohol and lemon juice in here, so this might work. I think this is about 4 ounces. So we're chilling the glass. We need a shaker. We've got it already filled with ice. You need a jigger like this. Big side, 1.5, that's 1 ounce, and other variations of. But, yeah, let's make a cocktail. I could have grabbed the sugar, the one that I used to drink copious amounts of. They did a sugar rim on it because it's a nice little sweet treat to a rather dry cocktail, which I like. But citrus and the orange and the lemon and the cognac, again, it makes it pretty dry and tart. But a little sugar is a nice little addition, I say. So, what you're going to need, and this cognac, by the way, not super expensive. And it's a nice wino size bottle. You get fits great in a paper bag. So here we go. We're going to use 1.5 ounces of cognac. First, we're going to remove the lid of the shaker. 1.5 of this. Whoa. Uh, let's see. Then we're going to use 3/4 of an ounce of Cointreau. Again, French orange liqueur. Oh gosh. Oh, it is sugary sweet. I mean, it like crystallizes on that lip there. Okay, so let's see. 3/4 of an ounce would be half of that. I'm good at math. Okay. That smells good. I don't think I've made anything with Cointreau in it for a hot minute, I do believe. Okay, master of mixes, come through. Because, oh, I hope so. Let's find out. Yeah, delicious cocktail though. Really, really good. First time I moved to Tampa, well, when I moved to Tampa, and I didn't have any friends. I didn't know a soul. I went to a place called Roy's and I asked the bartender to make me a sidecar because I had become quite fond of them. He put powdered sugar on the rim. Please don't do that. That's disgusting. Just use super fine sugar. What is it? The Hawaiian one, H&H. Super fine sugar. You can find it in the liquor store too. You don't even really want to use like rock sugar or demerara. No good. No good. Okay, let's see. Okay, while that sits for just a minute, we're just gonna get our garnish good to go. And I decided I'm gonna try to make this one pretty, at least prettier than I planned. We're just gonna use a peel, get a nice long mm, peel of it from a room temp piece of fruit. Okay. Cut off the rough edges. Make sure you don't have a lot of the white pith on there. Nobody got time for pith. All right, actually, speaking of which, I think I might cut a little bit more of that off. I could do that thing I love to do. I'm just going to cut a sliver in the center of it so that I can hang it on the rim of the glass. What? So, dumping out the ice, chilled glass, sidecar. My nephew was asking, hey, like for holidays and stuff, or when we have friends over, what's one good cocktail that I should make for them? I've been thinking about it. Christopher, this is it. This is the cocktail. Citrus, cognac, something most people don't drink. I don't even know if they like it. But again, it's a brandy. So you can make a brandy from grapes. You can make a brandy from all sorts of fruit. This one is made from grapes and aged in oak barrels. Okay, as the French do. See, that just looks good. I don't know if it's going to want to stay. Perhaps I should have put a little bit longer peel on there, but to you and yours, and a speedy recovery from hurricanes this season. Magnifique. That is still good. I do love a sidecar. That's excellent. That's excellent. One of these days, we're going to have to make a flip, though. A flip, essentially, from what I understand, uses egg. So it makes it creamy and frothy, and you get your protein. Cheers to you and yours. Thank you so much for watching, guys. I'll see you next time. Already know what I'm going to make next time, too. Martini was one of the precursor drinks, but this probably became the drink that came before the martini.